Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Alan Wake Blind. I'm here at the cabin, and I need to restart the power for my wife to be able to enter the house because she's scared of the dark. So she needs the lights. Okay, so I have to press it in correct order. Well, it's not really an order, it's more like a rhythm. But you know what I meant.
The lights are on! Good work, honey. I'll freshen up a bit and start settling in.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing! Have fun!
It was a beautiful place. I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my work. I thought we could be happy here.
Yeah, but who was phone? In the words of a famous meme. Like, who was the voice? I've heard the voice of a man when I was exploring the house. And like clearly, theoretically at least, the only man in here is Alan Wake. So, what's up with that? And actually, because the dawn is falling, and well, it's actually dusk, not dawn. Dawn would be when the sun was rising, but the sun is, setting down. What I meant, and the night is falling, and that made me think. My wife, Alan Wake's wife, is scared of the dark, and it's actually a lot more crippling of a fear than I initially assumed. If you take it into the level of an actual phobia, because darkness is something that's very prevalent. Like it literally happens every night. Every day turns into a night and it's dark. Because many of the phobias that people have, for example, I'm moderately arachnophobic. Like spiders really freak me out, not just to the degree of me not liking them, but I'm actively repulsed by them. It's difficult for me to be sort of in the vicinity of them, and I really dislike the way they move. But even though spiders are pretty common, it's still something that doesn't at least happen every day. It's not every day you see a spider. And even then, there are different kinds of them and whatever. Like those really small ones don't really bother me. But darkness is something that's with you forever. Like it's one thing, because I feel like every man is to a certain extent afraid of the dark. It's a very primal fear. And I feel like we all experience it, when we are children and we have to get something from the basement, we run back up the stairs or something really quick because we're afraid when we leave the dark room, we want to get back to the light as quickly as possible. I'm sure that many of you share such kind of experience, but that isn't really a phobia, That's that is a mild fear, but if you were to be afraid of the dark to such an extent that you cannot enter a dark building, for example, then it's actually kind of crippling. Like, each night becomes a nightmare. When you're inside a well-lit house and you look outside, for me, as an adult now, there is even a certain beauty. I like looking at for example, at the night sky, or at the shadows playing on the verge of where the light meets the darkness. But if I were to have a phobia of darkness to the same degree that Alan Wake's wife has, then I feel like that would be terrifying. To see this the space where the light ends and the darkness begins, and the darkness for you then is basically like a monster. Wait. Was this wooden horse here before?
Alice? Honey?
Huh, it moves. I guess I can kind of rock it myself. Is she on the pier? Okay, I've examined the books. Okay, it seems she's not on the pier, but let me listen to the radio again. Maybe there's something different on it.
The old door had played a trick on me. Alice wouldn't have come out in the dark.
It isn't dark yet, but I guess for someone that is scared of darkness to enough of a degree to call it an actual phobia, it would still be kind of risky to exit the building when the sun is setting.
The water was black. I couldn't help but imagine all sorts of horrors lurking in the depths below.
So is the story going to be about his wife disappearing? Because I guess that's what the game is kind of trying to set up. But that would be a little bit too fast. Like, I'm pretty sure she's actually upstairs or something, and the game is kind of faking it out. Okay, I can't really interact with any of those items.
Alan, I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I meant. Wait, is she naked? Like, is that the surprise?
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn it, Alice, everyone
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists. Maybe...
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Just don't! I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice! God damn it! I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone to think things through. Damn it. Alice? Alice? Alice! The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out.
Alice, I'm coming! It's all right, I'm coming!
Okay, I'm pretty sure I should hurry, but there's a part of me that would prefer to see if something has changed up here, just to be sure. But there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about while my wife is presumably getting murdered. One of them is what happened with the darkness. Like, it seemed that there was a flash of some character, but it was too quick for me to recognize what that character was. I don't think that was that woman with a veil. I think that was a man, because the character had a different posture. But what was really interesting was that when the light flashed, it almost seemed like, I don't know, time has stopped, or that Alan Wake's wife kind of stopped perceiving him. She was kind of confused. But the other thing is, I'm actually kind of annoyed at her. Like, I feel like what she did even if it was going, if it was coming from a right place, it was kind of a dick move, because she's putting a lot of pressure on Alan Wake to keep writing, where it was clear that he came here specifically to rest and to sort of put his mind at ease as far as his writing career is concerned, and instead she not only gave him a typewriter, which again puts on him okay, that was creepy. I wonder if they are going to return, or did I chase them off for good? That not only puts on him an obligation as far as writing is concerned, because, you know, once your loved one has expended time, effort, and money to get you that typewriter, you're going to feel obligated to actually do something with it. But then she also suggested some kind of a doctor or something, like a therapist, as if writer's block was a mental illness. Like, I find it kind of insulting. And again, even if it was not for that, that's still kind of acting entitled. I feel like that's acting like she was entitled to him writing something, even if he doesn't feel like it at the moment. So I realized that she probably was coming out of a place of care, that she thought she was doing a good thing, but I don't quite agree with her. But I guess it wasn't as bad as to deserve getting murdered over it, so let's go and try helping her.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Keep going. Wake up.
Alice?
Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Okay, so the voice this time was surely the woman with the veil.
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
Okay, I guess I'm supposed to go this way. Can I do anything else with the car? Doesn't look like it, although my luggage is no longer there, which I feel like, although I guess, wait, it is. This is my luggage. This is one of the bags, and this is the other. So I guess that doesn't answer any questions about the timeline, despite what I had assumed initially.
The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
Reach the gas station, okay. Okay, that doesn't look like a safe path at all. I don't even have a flashlight. Oh, there goes my car. Okay, that's probably not the way to go. There is a pretty clearly defined trail, but I would prefer to search
Hello?
any additional places as well, if I can. Oh, is that God again? You know, God's light from the first dream? I guess that would indicate this is also a dream.
Hello? Is someone there?
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
Is that what's going to happen now? You found manuscript pages. You can access them with F5. Okay, let's do that. Title page of the manuscript.
By Alan Wake.
How do I flip the pages?
The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is going to happen right now. The page even mentions the darkness sort of enveloping him, which is exactly what happened in that first nightmare. And that is consistent with the shadows sort of words of me having created him.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Well, I guess that was him. That's a nice view. Like, it isn't... well, it's less of a nice view and more of a nice kind of outline, because you can't really see that much, but the combination of the moon with the clouds and the distant trees is kind of interesting to look at. Although I guess the moon is gone now. Checkpoint reached. I don't even have a flashlight as of yet. So
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Logging corporation, okay. There's currently no way for me to fight the enemies without a weapon. Are those like hard hats? I guess. Or wait. I'm not sure. What am I looking at? It kind of looks like a hard hat with like ear protection as well. Not that it matters that much. Caution. Hazardous environment. All visitors must visit the site office. Biltmore Logging Corporation. And this says employees must wear protective eyewear at all times. Anything here in the forest? No. Okay, let's finally go in.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
It's a lot of logs.
Hey! Hey, you! Phil! There's been an accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in
Oh, hell.
Carl Stuckey. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the game expects me to run, because I don't have a weapon. There's a corpse here as well. I don't think I recognize that character. Although he seems to have his eye gouged out, although maybe it's only like a wound around his eye. It's difficult to tell with that lighting. Is that like a maze sequence? Oh, there's another coffee thermos, and I still don't know what they do. Like, what's the point of them? Manuscript page, sure. Wake fights a Taken with light.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter.
I wonder if those things only happen because I read about them in the first place, as in they are brought to life by the power of the words, and maybe if I didn't read them, they wouldn't even come to pass. But I will, of course, read every manuscript page, because, you know, that's the way I play games.
In Bright Falls, to arrive.
Okay, so I guess I'm looking for a flashlight.
You lose. Shit. The deposit. It's the latest thing.
Okay, that's straight from The Shining.
Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Right? Called that. That was a clear reference even with the shot. Switch weapons. Okay, I only have the revolver. Oh yes, it was a hard hat. So I guess it's a hard hat with like a blast shield, protection for your eyes. So I guess that at least solves that conundrum I had.
I wasn't about to open the door, as long as I was liable to catch an axe with my forehead.
So it's interesting that my enemy is apparently...
Bring your record. Trying. It's the latest thing. Incontestably proven health benefits. Let you kill two birds with one stone. You can see the sights and keep those cholesterol levels down at the same time.
It's interesting that my current enemy is supposedly apparently Stucky, and he seems to be like mightily annoyed by the fact that I didn't retrieve the keys. He keeps talking about like losing the fee or something, for like losing a deposit for failing to arrive. So that's interesting, because I guess that is technically true. Like, I stood him out basically because I took the other keys from the woman, which I'm still kind of salty about it because that didn't make a lot of sense to me, but maybe the game will actually explain that. Let's use the phone and see what it says.
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I...
Hello? Hello?
Well, so much for the power lines.
This is bad.
Oh. Whoa! What the wasn't expecting that. Oh. Okay. I was expecting that even less. I guess I was supposed to jump out. Before.
I wasn't about to open the door, as long as I was liable to catch an axe with my forehead.
Trying. It's the lady.
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I...
Hello?
Hello? Shoot! With one stone.
This is bad.
Okay, I wasn't expecting the bulldozer to pull the whole cabin into the ravine. But it seems that whatever the darkness is, it can possess machines as well.
The bulldozer had gone over the cliff with the office. I hoped Stucky had suffered the same fate, but I wasn't planning on staying to find out.
So that's kind of interesting. And actually, I wanted to comment on that before, but those strange winds kind of almost look like ghost flames as well, or as some kind of a smoke. Because that doesn't just seem like air. It seems like a very slow flame. It reminds me of a scene in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, where something akin to a ghost flame appears. And boost the light. Prick. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm super dead. Okay, that's ridiculous. I didn't want to waste the boost, but I guess if I stop short of the battery running out, I think it actually replenishes, or does it? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Okay, great.
My head pounded with a concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone, or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
To be honest, it's interesting that he didn't... because for all I know, this might still be a dream, right? But regardless, I did kill, quote-unquote, one of them already in the first dream, so it's interesting to me that Alan Wake didn't comment on it back then, but he did now. It seems that there's like a light-sensitive clue around here. So of course I will follow the arrows eventually. Oh, I guess I broke down the generator for this.
Was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Yeah, but first I want to check this. There's clearly something here.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Bright Falls, light and power. Flare gun, okay, so that's for multiple enemies at once. Anything here? Not really, and I can't really go back. I guess this was meant to reveal this first arrow, which would naturally make the player go this way, which will sort of automatically point his light at the other arrows. Anything here? No. Well, I guess I'm going into the forest then. Despite Alan Wake's fears.
It's rabbit season.
Oh, this one has a projectile weapon, kind of. He's throwing axes. Revolver ammo and batteries. Do I get hurt? Oh yes, yes I do. I was about to ask that and I got the answer pretty much immediately. Some old tractor or something. Manuscript page. Damn it, wait, am I really missing so many pages? That's annoying. Like, cause I assume they go in order, right? Okay, this is only found in the nightmare difficulty, but what about those? Did I really miss so many already?
Rose knew she had been gushing, but right now she didn't care. As far as she was concerned, her brief meeting with Alan Wake was literally the high point of her life. She watched as he got in the car with his wife. She was pretty, confident, at ease with Wake. Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend.
Okay, to be honest, if Alan Wake really had wrote, like, if he had wrote something like that, it would have been really vain. Like, that's literally, like, very cringy for you to describe how you, supposedly how your own fan would react to meeting you. That's, like, okay, because it's one thing to literally describe her reactions, which I guess were pretty enthusiastic indeed, but it's another thing entirely to presume to know, you know, her inner thoughts and to write sentences like, oh, it has been the best day of her life when she met Alan Wake. Like, come on. It was again the woman with
What the hell was that?
the woman with the veil, so she's obviously important to the plot. But I'm kind of salty about the amount of pages I supposedly missed.
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
Like, that was a very short stretch of the game, and supposedly I already missed like 5 pages, which makes me feel really bad. I'm generally a type of player who wants to look everywhere, find everything, and, you know, get the most flavor. Okay, there's another coffee thermos, and I still don't know what they do. I keep finding them in weird places. So if I really missed 5 flavor texts already, then that makes me feel really bad. But I'm not going to use a guide or anything, so I guess I have to live with it. Okay, which way am I going? I guess, where is the gas station? Manuscript page. Yeah, look at the gap. Like, I feel really bad, and it's all episode 1. I feel really bad. Like, that's what, 5 pages that I've apparently missed. Barry's arrival.
Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Is this going to be like The Shining sort of replay with Alan Wake going insane? Because, you know, there have been an awful lot of references to Stephen King in general already, and to The Shining in particular, and I guess that's what the page was kind of suggesting, that Alan Wake might have gone insane and hurt himself and his wife. So I guess that remains to be seen.
Where I go? I want something special to eat.
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Okay, there's something vaguely hilarious about this nightmarish creature just spouting advertisement for like a diner or something. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to survive dropping down there, so I won't even try. However, actually, I feel like this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to pause here. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!